another process of casting that is known as permanent mold process or permanent mold casting. In sand casting, what happened? In sand casting, we have created the mold or created the mold with help of sand. Okay, so this is the flask. This is your pattern. Then apply some sand and then remove your pattern. So it will create a mold, but that is made from sand. So it is not permanent. The mold created by the sand is not permanent. After your product is solidified, you must have to destroy this mold. Okay, so once it is destroyed, it will not use for this another product. So it is not permanent. Okay, so for each and every product, you must have to make the mold. For every product, you must have to make the mold. So if you will do so, then your time will increase for your production. It will take the lots of time because each product having individual mold, and this mold will be broken once your product is ready. So for the next time when you want to create the another same product, then at that time again you have to make the mold and then repeat all the processing. So to overcome this problem, just a minute. To overcome this problem, some modifications are there in molding process, and this sand mold is replaced with the mold prepared from the metal that is known as permanent mold, because in permanent mold it is made from the metal. This mold is prepared with help of metal, and metal having the higher strength than the sand, and this mold will give you 1,000 of product, and it is permanent. That's why this is called the permanent mold process. This metal mold is also known as die. Okay. In the above process, means all the above process up till now, a mold need to be prepared for each of the casting produce. As I told you that for each of the casting product, you must have to prepare the mold, and it will take the lots of time. Okay, so to overcome this problem, and if you want a large scale production, so at that time, making a mold for every casting to be produced may be very difficult and expensive. Okay, if you do the sand molding process and also you want to a very large production, then for getting the large productions, the making of mold for every product is very difficult, tedious task. It will take the lots of time, as well as it is expensive because lots of resources are accumulated within this process, so that it is a very expensive process, as well as it is a time consuming process. And once it is expensive, then ultimately your product cost will be high. Okay, so to reduce the time, to reduce the cost, and to reduce the difficulty, you must have to create a mold which is made from the metal. So that is the solution of this problem. So therefore, a permanent mold called die. This permanent mold is known as die. So this die may be made from which a large number of casting can be produced. By a large number of casting can be produced because this die is made from the metal, and it cannot be destroyed after each and every product. So from the single die, you can produce large number of, or means thousand and thousand number of product with a good surface finish. That's why it is known as permanent mold casting or die casting. The mold are usually made of cast iron or steel. Although the graphite is a material. Graphite, copper, and aluminum have been used as mold material. Okay, so for molding material, you can use number of material such as cast iron, steel, graphite, copper, and aluminum. So among these material, you can any of the material for your die making. Okay, means your die or mold. Die or mold can be prepared from this type of material. It may be a cast iron, steel, graphite, copper, or aluminum. This is also another image of permanent molding process. So here you can see these half mold over here and half mold over here. Okay, so this is the one mold and this is the another mold. So at this time, the both mold are open condition. And here, this is core. And this is our final product. Okay, this is the piston housing or piston body. So if you make this piston body, then inside portion of the piston is hollow. Then this type of core and core pin you have to place between these two mold. Then close this mold with some pressure. Here runner is there, and this is the sprue. This is the sprue through which you can apply the molten metal. So once both the mold are closed, then insert this molten metal over here from this sprue. Okay, so if you apply this molten metal, then it will take the shape as the mold having. Then after some time, after giving some time for the solidification, then open these two mold, 1 and 2, then you will remove your solidified product, that will your piston body. Okay, so this is a permanent mold process, and this image I have taken from this source. This is also the image of permanent mold process, in which here through this external pressure, means hydraulic cylinder are used to open and close this die. This is a fixed die, stationary mold or stationary die, and another die that is movable. So that can be open and closed with help of this hydraulic cylinder. So once your product is solidified, then it is open. Then spray the nozzle so that your solidified product cannot be stick, or it will not cling to this mold. Then close this mold, then and apply the molten metal. So this molten metal will get the shape as your die. Suppose this is your core. So in that particular portion, your molten metal will not insert and it will become the hollow. Okay. So once you apply this molten metal, then allow it for solidification for some time. Then open it. Open this one and remove this solidified product. That is your casting. And this process is known as permanent molding process, because in this process, this mold 1 and mold 2 are made from metal. Okay, so this is the permanent mold process. The process in which we use a die or mold to make the casting is called the permanent mold casting or gravity die casting. Why it is gravity die casting? Because see over here, whatever we are powering the molten metal, that can be inserted into the mold by the gravitational effect only. See here, this molten metal will be inserted into the utmost corner with the gravitational force only. Okay, there is no any additional force are applied to insert the molten metal. So by gravitational force, this molten metal will go to each and every corner. That's why this process is known as gravitational process or gravity die casting process. Because molten metal will inserted into the die by the gravitational force. That's why it is known as gravity die casting. If we apply certain external pressure to insert the molten metal, so at that time that process is known as pressure die casting. Okay, and if there is no any pressure required to insert the molten metal in the die, so at that time that process is known as gravity die casting. Since the metal entered the mold under the gravity, that's why it is known as gravity die casting. Sometimes what happens, the die casting, in the die casting, we inject the molten metal with high pressure. Okay, and if we enter or insert the or inject the molten metal with a high pressure, so that type of process is known as pressure die casting. Okay, when we apply the pressure in the injecting the metal is called the pressure die casting process. And if pressure is not there, then it is known as gravity die casting process. In permanent mold casting, the molten metal is poured in the steel die and follows only at the force of gravity. So it will enters with help of gravitational force. And for the most of the part, permanent mold casting are produced by powering the molten metal into the top of the die. Okay, so from the top of the die, it will be just inserted. And it has been made in the desired shape of casting. So as per the die shape, your molten metal will be takes the shape exact of the die. And the die for the permanent mold process are produced from hardened steel. Okay, so from this hardened steel, the die is produced, and it is known as permanent mold process. One more things related to permanent mold casting is it is typically used for high volume production of very small simple metal parts without uniform wall with uniform wall thickness. Okay, so very high volume of productions means mass production you will get, but for this small and very simple metal part, if the part is very big and it is very complicated or complex shape, then the cost associated with the manufacturing of die will be increased, and ultimately your product cost will be increased. That's why in the permanent mold, small and simple metal parts are used to made. Some non-ferrous metals are typically used in this process, such as aluminum alloys, magnesium alloys, and copper alloy. So these aluminum alloy, magnesium, and copper alloys are a non-ferrous metals. So from these non-ferrous metal also you can make this process. However, iron and steels can also be cast using this process with help of graphite mold. Okay, so once you use the iron and steel that is having the very high temperature, so at that time you must have to use the graphite as your mold material, so that it can withstand with the very higher temperature, because the iron having the very high temperature and having the melting temperature of 1539 degrees centigrade. So to withstand this very high temperature, must have to take the mold which can withstand with the higher temperature. So the graphite is the material which can withstand with this type of higher temperature. So in case of this iron and steel material, you must have to take the graphite material mold. Common permanent mold parts includes, so this is the application of permanent mold process. So common permanent mold parts include gears and gear housing, pipe fittings, and other automotive and aircraft components such as pistons, impellers, and wheels can be made with help of the process known as permanent mold process. Now, some advantages associated with this process are listed over here. First advantage of this process is the permanent molding produces a sound, dense casting with superior mechanical properties. Okay, sound dense casting you will get from this process. So it is a very good property, and because of this sound and dense casting, it will these solidified product or casting product will have the good mechanical or superior mechanical properties. The casting produced by this process are quite uniform in the shape. The shape have a higher degree of dimensional accuracy than casting produced in the sand. Okay, this is also another advantage that it is having the high degree of dimensional accuracy. Means you will get the very exact shape product with help of this permanent mold casting. However, in the sand mold process, you cannot give the very accurate and good product having the good dimensional accuracy. So from this process, you can get this advantage. The permanent mold process is also capable of producing consistent quality of finish on the casting. Because the mold is prepared from the metal, it will obviously give you the good surface finish, because the metal surface is good, or metal mold or die having the good surface finish. That's why ultimately your product will have the good surface finish. And some disadvantages are associated with this process are listed over here. So first one, the cost of the tooling is usually higher than that of sand casting. It is obviously that in sand casting we required only the sand, wood flask, and some small tools. So that is having a very, it will available in very cheap cost. It is very cheaper. But the cost associated with the tooling of permanent mold casting is very high, because if you consider the die, so die is prepared from the metal. Die is prepared from this metal. So the manufacturing of die, this is made from metal. So manufacturing of this die having the very high cost, and it requires some another tool to making this process. Okay, that's why the tooling cost is very high. So this is the disadvantage of permanent mold casting process. Another disadvantage is what? The process is generally limited to the production of small casting. Okay, as I discussed in the previous slide, that it only used for the small and simple shape casting, simple exterior design. Okay, so this is some constraint for this process. The product should be small as well as simple. Although the complex casting such as aluminum engine blocks and heads are now commonplace, means it can also be produced with this type of from this type of process, but the cost associated with this complex part might be high. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, these are some reference that I used to make this presentation. Some NPTEL resources and sciencedirect.com research papers. Okay, if you have any doubt in the understanding of this method, just tell me.